Hello, everyone.
Hey, we've got the wireless mics. Raise your hand if you have a question. I think we'll start with Mike, please.
Yes, Coach, we were curious about the progress of Jerry Judy and Pat Surtain, and also if you, that was if you've reviewed the in-game management issues and how you can clean that up, where you can foremost clean all that up.
Yeah, the first one with Jerry and Pat, good news from them. They'll be day-to-day, so we thought that both of those might be bigger, longer injuries. So we're excited that they're day-to-day. Not sure if they're going to be able to be to the game, but we're hoping, we're crossing our fingers for that. When it comes to the operations, that's something that we're talking about quite a bit. There's a lot of things. We got to make sure the communication is clear and concise. I need to do better at making decisions faster and quicker and getting that information to the quarterback and being on the same page with him. So that's stuff that we're talking about this morning all the way to this evening and making sure that it's got to improve.
On the 2 fourth down plays where there was eventually a delay in game, was that both because you were considering going for it on those? There was the 4th and goal from the one in the second, late in the second quarter, and then the 4th and 2 from the 36.
Yes, they were. I was considering on both those situations, and that's where I just need to be better at communicating with everybody, getting the proper information, and making the right decision.
You had, I think, 5 forced fumbles so far this season. How much of a priority has that been from a defensive standpoint, and to kind of hope that the luck changes there a little bit in terms of recovering them?
Yeah, we talk a lot about the ball. That's something that we're always talking about, both taking care of it and getting it. And the defense has had a lot of opportunities to get that thing out. And, at one of these points, it's going to fall to us because, they're doing a great job getting around the quarterback and getting it out.
Coach, have you considered adding a veteran person in the box, an offensive mind, to maybe help that communication? And secondly, is there any part that, as you're trying to blend your offense with Russell, that maybe you're getting caught in between sometimes as you're trying to figure out what works for him, what works for you, and what this offense is?
Yeah, I think right now I'm very confident in our staff and everybody that we have, and I think everything's always open in the air. But for us, everybody's good. We just have to, work things out together. We have to communicate better. It starts with me, and then getting the proper information that I need. I get excited. I'm a little aggressive at times, and then sometimes that might not be the right decision. And so I just need to be sure that all the right information's given to me at the right time so we can make the right decision for those. And that's just got to be better. When it comes to Russell and I think it's just going to be a continual growing process. It's all about Russ. Want to be sure that he's comfortable and he's feeling good, and I'm getting the play as fast as I can to him. And we want to do what's right for him. So I think that's going to be something that we're just going to grow as the season goes on.
Coach, with so much information that you're dealing with on the sideline and getting things out a little slow at times, have you thought about taking some things off of your plate, whether it's game management, play calls, or anything along those lines?
I think I'll continue the play calling. I think that's been pretty efficient up to this point. We've done a good job moving the ball. We've had a good plan from that standpoint. We just got to finish those drives. I think from the game management standpoint, I think we just got to tighten that whole thing up. A lot of us, we're all working together for the first time, so we just want to be sure we're more efficient in that and have the ability to make better decisions and quicker decisions.
All right, you look at who you're evaluating this, are there more ways to get Javonte the ball when you look at one review that, that worked, we could go back to that? And are you still kind of shocked at some of the fan countdown and things that went on for a home game, for your first home game?
When it comes to Javonte, both he and Melvin have been unbelievably efficient. They've made some very good plays. The run game is doing really well right now, and we need to continue that going with them and can keep giving them the ball. When it comes to the fans, they were awesome. Golly, they're loud. It was great for the defense. It was great, and the countdown, all that kind of stuff. They're smart. There were some issues that were going on, and it was a great warning for us. And I love that environment. That place is it's awesome, and I think it's going to be hard for people to come in here, and we want to continually win at home.
Nathaniel, some of the special team stuff, 2 delay of games on place kicks, penalty on punt return, and then Montrell not being on the field. What do you do to kind of try to remedy that and get all that cleaned up?
Yeah, one of the hardest things I think is, for any special teams group, coordinator, assistant, all of them, is getting guys out on the field. Just because there's a lot of things that happened prior to that. There was the one when everybody was celebrating and, we wanted to go defensive stay because of the situation, and there were some guys thinking they were coming off and they're celebrating. So we just have to be more mature as a group and understand the situation and celebrate when we can, but then make sure the right people are out there. So that's just something that we got to clean up and we got to talk about and point out to the team. And anything, the field goal, all those things are the things that we just got to all be on the same page.
Coach, you guys were 3 of 12 on third down. What were some of the things, going back and watching the tape, that you feel like you guys could do a little bit better in some of those key situations?
Yeah, it's funny. The week before we were almost 53. We were over 50%. I think we were about 53%, and then this week we weren't. And I think that's just how it goes sometimes. They did a really good job on third down. I give them a lot of credit. We had a great explosive play, I believe, to Cortland down on the left sideline for one third down. And it's about consistency in this game. You don't want to be up and down at all. You want to be continually getting over 40%. If you can do that, you're going to be successful.
Just curious what you see going back over in the red zone. What are some things that stuck out in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, we got to make sure we have the best plays called. And I think that always starts with me. I want to be sure that we always have the best things, and we got to make sure that we're giving the ball to our playmakers, whether it's a Cortland, a Javante, Melvin, any of those guys. And I just want to be sure that we're continually getting the right schemes for down there and then executing it properly.
Nate, last night you mentioned in the fourth down situations too, when you had those decisions to make, just the sort of people that are talking to you. Is that part of evaluating the process, is just
Yes.
the sheer number of people who are giving you advice in that?
Yeah, I think it's that, and I think I just need to be ahead of it a little bit more, and I need to, because, when you're calling plays, you want to naturally get the next play going, and I think just getting that information maybe a little bit earlier, those are the things that we're just talking through and going through to make sure that I just have all the right information, and the most important thing is being on the same page with Russell also, is that letting him know, hey, we might have 4 downs here, and I think I could do a better job in making him aware of that.
Russell was saying last night that he thinks a lot of these issues are correctable and can be fixed pretty quickly. Do you kind of share that opinion that a few tweaks here and there and this can get cleaned up?
Without a doubt, it's about organization and communication. And in those moments, it happens so fast. And I think that the process of what we do, and every single thing we do is a process, up to getting to game day, during game day, everything is process. And we just need to tighten that process up so we can make better decisions faster.
Yes, we had heard that Ijiro was going to have a similar defense to Vic Fangio, but he seems to dial up the blitz, especially on the third and passing. Could you talk about what he's done so far as a defensive coordinator? Because a couple of, those blitzes worked yesterday.
Yeah, I think something great about Ejiro is that he has so many different backgrounds. It's not just his time when he was with Coach Fangio. It's his time with Monty. It's his time with Dom Capers, and Dom Capers being here. It's his time with Wade Phillips. So he can throw a couple of those wrinkles in there because of his experience and all the different people he's worked with. So I think that's what you're seeing. You're seeing some other mix-ups, not just one certain defense. So I think that's where it shows up.
Nate, first one real quick. Josie Jewell, Billy Turner, how close were they to playing on Sunday? And do you expect them to practice this week?
Yeah, they're very close, and they're both gonna. We're hoping they're both gonna practice. As of right now, we're expecting that, and they're day to day. We'll see how that goes.
I had a quick second one. The Andrew Beck play where you guys handed to an option. What went wrong on that play? What did you see on that? What was that supposed to look like?
Yeah, we had a mental error on that play, and that's just part of it. It was something that we had worked and we had practiced, and it didn't happen the way that we had anticipated it. I'll tell you, I give Beck a ton of credit because he was expecting to see something completely different over to his right side when he was running, and he did a great job securing the ball and making sure nothing crazy happened after that. But that's just part of it. We have to hear the call, know the call, and do our job.
Jeff and then Nick.
I just wanted to ask you, you've been on the other side of the conversations when you've been trying to convince the head coach to do stuff. Do you have sort of a better appreciation of all that now?
Oh, very much, very, very much. You know, it's funny looking back at all my time in the past and the conversations that go on, or you always have an opinion, and I think it's interesting when it's now your opinion or your decision is the one that matters. And I just want to be sure that I'm the most efficient I can possibly be and communicate the best way that I can. And up to this point, we haven't done that, and so I know I can get a lot better.
Do you feel bad about any of the things you said before?
I never really said anything, never really said anything. Always had an open dialogue and talked with people. But it's definitely, it's a challenge, and it's something I embrace and I love, and I just want to get better.
Last one, Nick.
You mentioned Dom Capers a second ago. What kind of is his role with Evero, and what have you seen him kind of bring to that?
Dom is amazing. I mean, such a great man who's seen and done so much throughout his career. And it's a great calming force in that room for everybody, and understanding of the defense. And I think it's really helped all those guys. And I think that just his relationship with Ejiro has been unbelievable. Even prior to this, just their time together when they were at Green Bay up to now. So I think it's something very valuable to him. Thank you all.